Industry. Part 1. The iron and steel industry is the basic industry since all the other industries, heavy, medium and light, depend on it for their machinery. Steel is needed to manufacture a variety of engineering goods, construction material, defense, medical, telephonic, scientific equipment, and a variety of consumer goods. Production and consumption of steel is often regarded as the index of a country's development. Iron and steel is a heavy industry because all the raw materials as well as finished goods are heavy and bulky, entailing heavy transportation costs. Iron ore, coking coal, and limestone are required in the ratio of approximately 4:2:1. Some quantities of manganese are also required to harden the steel. Now, the question arises, where should the steel plants be ideally located? Remember that the finished products also need an efficient transport network for their distribution to the markets and consumers. Today, with 32.8 million tons of steel production, India ranks 9th among the world crude steel producers. It is the largest producer of sponge iron. In spite of large quantity of production of steel, per capita consumption per annum is only 32 kilograms. All public sector undertakings market their steel through Steel Authority of India Limited or SAIL. While TISCO markets its produce through Tata Steel. In the 1950s, China and India produced almost the same quantity of steel. Today, China is the largest producer. China is also the world's largest consumer of steel. Iron and steel industry. Part 2. Global steel trade. In 2004, India was the largest exporter of steel, which accounted for 2.25% of the global steel trade. Chota Nagpur Plateau region has the maximum concentration of iron and steel industries. It is largely because of the relative advantages this region has for the development of this industry. These include low-cost iron ore, high-grade raw materials in proximity, cheap labor, and vast growth potential in the home market. Though India is an important iron and steel producing country in the world, yet we are not able to perform to our full potential, largely due to A. High costs and limited availability of coking coal. B. Lower productivity of labor. C. Irregular supply of energy. D. Poor infrastructure. However, the overall production of steel is sufficient to meet our domestic demand. Liberalization and foreign direct investment have given a boost to the industry with the efforts of private entrepreneurs. There is a need to allocate resources for research and development to produce steel more competitively. Aluminium smelting. Aluminium is the second most important metallurgical industry in India. Aluminium is light, resistant to corrosion, a good conductor of heat, malleable, and becomes strong when it is mixed with other metals. Aluminium is used to manufacture aircraft, utensils, and wires. It has gained popularity as a substitute of steel, copper, zinc, and lead in a number of industries. There are 8 aluminium smelting plants in the country located in Orissa, Nalco and Balco, West Bengal, Kerala, Uttar Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Maharashtra, and Tamil Nadu. In 2004, India produced over 600 million tons of aluminium. Bauxite, the raw material used in the smelters, is a very bulky, dark reddish colored rock. Location of industry determined by regular supply of electricity and an assured source of raw material at minimum cost are the 2 prime factors for location of this type of industry. Chemical industries. Part 1. The chemical industry in India is fast growing and diversifying. It contributes approximately 3% of the GDP. It is the 3rd largest in Asia and occupies the 12th place in the world in terms of its size. It comprises both large and small-scale manufacturing units. Rapid growth has been recorded in both inorganic and organic sectors. Inorganic chemicals include sulfuric acid, used to manufacture fertilizers, synthetic fibers, plastics, adhesives, paints, dyestuffs, nitric acid, alkalis, soda ash used to make glass, soaps and detergents, paper, and caustic soda. These industries are widely spread over the country. Organic chemicals include petrochemicals, which are used for manufacturing of synthetic fibers, synthetic rubber, plastics, dyestuffs, drugs, and pharmaceuticals. Organic chemical plants are located near oil refineries or petrochemical plants. The chemical industry is its own largest consumer. Basic chemicals undergo processing to further produce other chemicals that are used for industrial application, agriculture, or directly for consumer markets. Chemical industries. Part 2. Fertilizer industry. The fertilizer industry is centered around the production of nitrogenous fertilizers, mainly urea, phosphatic fertilizers, and ammonium phosphate or DAP, and complex fertilizers which have a combination of nitrogen N, phosphate P, and potash K. The third, that is potash, is entirely imported, as the country does not have any reserves of commercially usable potash or potassium compounds in any form. India is the third largest producer of nitrogenous fertilizers. "57 fertilizer units manufacturing nitrogenous and complex nitrogenous fertilizers, 29 for urea, and 9 for producing ammonium sulfate as a byproduct, and 68 other small units produce single superphosphate. At present, there are 10 public sector undertakings. One, in the cooperative sector at Hazira in Gujarat, under the Fertilizer Corporation of India. After the Green Revolution, the industry expanded to several other parts of the country. Gujarat, Tamil Nadu, Uttar Pradesh, Punjab, and Kerala contribute towards half the fertilizer production. Other significant producers are Andhra Pradesh, Orissa, Rajasthan, Bihar, Maharashtra, Assam, West Bengal, Goa, Delhi, Madhya Pradesh, and Karnataka. Cement industry. Cement is essential for construction activity such as building houses, factories, bridges, roads, airports, dams, and for other commercial establishments. This industry requires bulky and heavy raw materials like limestone, silica, alumina, and gypsum. Coal and electric power are needed, apart from rail transportation. There are 332 mini cement plants in the country. India produces a variety of cement. Improvement in the quality has found the produce a readily available market in East Asia, Middle East, Africa, and South Asia, apart from a large demand within the country. This industry is doing well in terms of production as well as export. Efforts are being made to generate adequate domestic demand and supply in order to sustain this industry.